Hi, submarine friends. Well, I have success. I built the emergency water pump. Was pretty simple. I ended up leaving the piston in because when I did the math on it, even with the piston in here, it takes 77 strokes to remove 1 imperial gallon, and there's 35 gallons here. So if I didn't have the piston in there, it would have taken like 200 strokes or more to remove 1 gallon. Well, that's just ridiculous. So this, I think, is perfect. So you can see it works very smooth. I don't know if you can hear it, but you can hear the check valves working. So I'm pretty pleased with it. I have to weld the fitting in right about here and run a line over to this check valve. But I don't, like I said, I don't have the parts. So I need a 45 half-inch elbow right here, then the check valve, and then a line that comes over to here. And then on the inside of the tank will be a hose that drops to the bottom. Originally, I thought about putting it right at the bottom of the tank down here, but when the fuel tank is in, I only have this much room to access in between the two tanks. And I'm scared if there was ever a problem down in the bottom here, I wouldn't be able to access it without removing the fuel tank, which I could do, but why make it difficult? Why not just make it so it's easy? So this will be nice and easy, but I have to make sure that this line goes downhill so that, in the winter, I don't have water trapped in here and it freezes. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to remove my hydraulic cylinder here, and I'm going to remove the piston rings and then replace them with O-rings, and then it'll go up and down smoothly. I just had to think about it for a while. Like, if you take the air seat in my 5-ton Volvo truck, it has an airbag in it, and it just rises and falls ever so gently. And that's because an airbag has no restriction expanding. So this has restriction expanding from the really tight neoprene piston rings, and which it needs to have because it's a hydraulic cylinder, but an O-ring is all I need. And I can make my own O-rings here to whatever size I need. So I'm pretty happy with this. This handle, I just did a quick bend and weld on it here. As soon as I have those valves in on that spot, then I can determine how much to bend this handle. I can bend it as much as I want. I may make a new one because I don't like that I welded it. I'll just put it in my 50-ton press and bend it. So I'm pretty happy. I got to put a valve here for this discharge water to leave, and it's in a nice spot here, hidden away. Nobody will bump it. And then I have to add an additional valve over here because I'm short one. I need one more for water entering the engine cooling system. The other two, the larger one fills this ballast tank, and then a smaller one here will be the discharge from the electric pump inside. I may put in a high pressure electric pump inside the tank so that even if I'm 100 feet deep, the electric pump may have enough pressure to overcome the outside pressure, and then I don't need the emergency hand pump. But regardless of what you do, you have to have an emergency hand pump. You would just be crazy not to, because you could have an electrical problem, the pump could fail, whatever. You have to have a manual backup on everything. So that's, I'm pretty happy with the progress. I'll get this hydraulic cylinder out, get an O-ring in there, and tomorrow my new hydraulic pump will arrive, so I can install that, test the propeller drive, then I can remove the engine to clean up all that oil mess I had from the blown seal in the pump, and I'll be back on track. I'm trying to decide if I should put sound deadening material on the walls of the engine compartment before I reinstall the engine. It's a dilemma for me because I want the cooling effect of the ice-cold steel, but I'd also like to have the soundproofing. And if you put soundproofing in, you're insulating it from the ice-cold water. So I don't know what to do. And when I say ice-cold water, Canadian lakes up here are cold. So I have great cooling effect just from the water on the hull. So I got to give that some thought. I may need some advice on that because I just don't know. Anyways, that's where we're at. Ciao.